We're back. We're pogging up. We won Fiend Folio last time as the Fiend. Not an easy task. You know what? Give me Isaac here, and let's try to see some new stuff. And let's try to win without being able to use fireballs. You know, unless we get Fire Mind, which is totally possible because we did get it on our last. Okay, I guess I'll just die then. Only getting hit twice there is kind of a miracle, I think. I got that Friday afternoon feeling, you know? It's the last hour's stream before the day off. And this is like the first few days off of the year. They're not like your ideal days off, you know what I mean? Yo, we're getting heavy Rurus. Is this an Apollo raid? Hello raiders. So here's what, some of you raiding may not be familiar with me. Myself and Apollo, we used to be friends a long time ago, but that train has unfortunately sailed. This is a little bit, I'm joking. This is a little bit like late at night when Apollo stands on a very tall glass tower and watches piglins die in his gold farm, and answers questions from chat. It's a little bit like that, except instead of looking at the poglins die to farm gold bars, you're looking at this instead. But the banter is very similar. There's a lot of questions coming in from chat that I answer. And there you go. Apollo's knowledge on hip-hop is not so strong. Yeah, probably. But his knowledge on classic rock is up there for sure. He even knows who sings that song that's stroking, stroking, got to give again to back down. I always forget who. I think it's Billy Squire, but I only know that because of him. Okay, what on earth are we looking at here? You use the green key to get the blue key. You use the blue key to get the red key. You use the red key to get the item, and then the item sucks. So you re-roll it into a good one. How about that? Billy Squire sounds like a magic card. It does. You're not right. It's like one of those crappy, like it's a 1/1 or like a. It's 1 mana of any color, and then 1 white, and it's just like a guy with a mustache, standing next to a goat, and he's like a, you know, 1/2. But if you tap him, you can add 1 to your overall health, and you're like, incredible. It's like the third last pick in a pack. Is Hitman 3? Oh, is Hitman 3 canceled? No, I mean like it depends what you mean by canceled. Like I hate to be this guy. Death Stranding is like, it's probably never gonna come back because it's that kind of game. Hitman 3 is kind of like at any given point it could slot into the lineup. I wouldn't say it's canceled like it's never gonna be back. Are there plans to bring it back immediately? No, not really. But at any point it could come back. Yeah, I mean I was hoping that somebody would do the Mouth's Revenge challenge. I think I'm still waiting on my first Mouth's Revenge challenger. Sam, this feels bad, man. I mean, it took me like an hour to finish the dang challenge. But the whole time I was doing the challenge, in my head, I was like, at least my friends are going to get a lot of content out of this, and then I'll also get a lot of content out of watching them get content out of it. It would be like a little yoink and twist, if you will. And then they all hit me with the snooze button, so that instead they could just queue in Tarkov for 12 hours and get killed by people named like Commander D's Nuts Head and Jaws. Play Valorant? Apollo, I watched you and Hafu and Other Dog and Choco Bars, also known as the easiest Flappy Bird opponent in Champions of Fire 2 in New York City. And the first thing I thought was, these people are all so much better than me. I wonder what their ranks are. And then I saw, like, your rank is like Silver 2? Is that genuine? And Steve. Yeah, Steve was there. I feel weird calling him Steve even though that's his name because I've never met him. Everybody else involved I have some familiarity with. But yeah, Steve was there as well. You're Silver 2? I'm not trying to make you feel bad. It's actually the opposite. Which is like, if you're frickin' Silver, they're not even gonna let me play ranked. I thought, because Counter-Strike's lowest level is Silver. I thought I would be like bad Silver. Seeing that you guys were Silver, I was like, I am fricked. Because I am not good at that game. The gun part, I'm bad at. The abilities part, I don't know what I'm doing at all. And the strategy is worse than the other two combined. Thank you for calling out the tinted boxes. Appreciate it. We will go back and see them. We will go back and see them. Tinted box. Tinted box. There's a tinted box. Tinted box. Tinted box. Was the box tinted here? Tinted box. Tinted box. Where's the tinted box? It's not this room. Okay. Tinted box. It's not that room. There we go. Oh, it's so easy to spot. How did I miss that? Easy. No, Valorant is not hot garbage. It's a good game. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. But it's not hot garbage. It's a fun game. I'm gonna take this pill. I'm not afraid of anything. Endless Verps. So we got a 36% chance, repeating of course, of a deal with the devil. I'm willing to take those odds. It's better than the odds of me getting a 1.0 KDR in Valorant. You know, we could take experimental treatment. I'd prefer not to, but Ermager, it's a verp pull. I think if you had a squad in Valorant that was not afraid to surrender, that was such a good experimental treatment. Oh my god. If you had a squad in Valorant that wasn't afraid to surrender, I think you could have an unbelievably fun time. I think you could have more fun than anybody else playing the game. If you got 6 ranks or 6 rounds in and you were 5-1 getting creamed, or 6-0, and you just said, hey, you guys want to like just surrender right now so we can maybe queue up against people we have a better chance with? I think you would have so much fun. But you need pretty much everybody to be on the same page. I'm not out here trying to become the best Valorant player of all time. I'm trying to maximize the amount of my own dopamine that my brain will allow me to get. How messed up is that? It's my dopamine. I ate the calories that created the dopamine. Just let me have it. And my brain is like, no. Just, yeah, it's my dopamine and I want it now. I know you farming neurotransmitter, you little shit. Mining Bitcoins up there? Can you imagine if Elon Musk's brain chip is vulnerable to crypto miners? You're just talking to somebody and you're like, oh, sorry, yeah, the old brain chip is, there's a crypto miner on there. I gotta go see somebody about that. When you're driving? Yeah, wait, hold on. Look. It's not zany to keep Satanic Bible. It's not zany to keep Satanic Bible, so let's reroll it, man. Yeah, see, it's kind of like Satanic Bible passive. I love an orbital, too. Were you team Joey and Pacey back on Dawson's Creek in the 90s? I'll level with you, never seen Dawson's Creek, at least, like, not for an extended length of time. Might have caught an episode or two as a kid. I watched Friends, for sure. But I really only watched Friends because my mom watched Friends. What team was I on? I don't know, by the end of the show, it's so contrived, right? They're all doing each other. By the end of the show, Chandler's doing Joey, Monica's watching, Phoebe's giving Ross, you know what, in the corner. Like, it's just... They should have called the show Lovers, honestly, because by the end of that, it's what they were. Never watched it? You don't have to anymore. I just gave you the synopsis. Could I be any more Pog? It's an okay show. Like, it's... Friends is not... The reason I think there's a little Friends hatred is because of the fact that it always gets compared to, like, you know, what's better, Friends or Seinfeld? And you're like, it's not even close, man. Seinfeld. Friends is still, like, you know, it's funny. At least you have the sensible chuckle from time to time. Oh, I still think Frasier's better than Friends. I don't know. I would say that Seinfeld is better than Frasier, though. Art Vandalay says, it's my time now. You know what's weird is, like, so Seinfeld is, like, the most syndicated show. You will, if you don't watch much Isaac, that was basically like you just tuned into Dumb Dog's Valorant stream, and he used the sheriff to get an ace in a save round. And then I swear to God, if you say something like "lol buying sheriff in a save round," I'm mad for two reasons. For one, you're being pedantic, and for two, nobody ever went broke buying deagles. Please don't call me Dumb Dog. So good. Anyway. Drip, drip, drip. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Seinfeld. It's so funny when you tune into Seinfeld, but it ends up being like one of those first season episodes. Such a weird vibe. Like, it feels like it came from an alternate universe. Like, there was an episode on TV the other day. I think it might have been the episode where they introduced the idea of Art Vandalay and George wishing he was an architect. And, like, one of the central themes of the episode is Elaine doesn't want to hear about Jerry's relationships because she's, like, she harbors feelings for him. And you're like, what? That's not the vibe of the show at all. They're, like, still doing the thing where you know, like, but eventually, like, Jerry and Elaine are, like, gonna get together. Like, you know how it's gonna end. Jerry and Elaine are gonna get, they're gonna be in a relationship together. That's episode 1? No way. No, because episode 1, don't they do it? I thought in episode 1, they do it. That might be the pilot. It's the pilot, Jerry! Jerry! There's still, like, there's the genesis of what became later better Seinfeld in that episode, though. But also, like, it's weird, like, in that episode, George isn't a loser yet. He's just kind of, like, you know, he's just, like, a normal guy. He's not, like, a comic, you know, underachiever. They figured it out pretty soon, though. I was willing to take damage to get out of that prison. Best Seinfeld character that isn't George? I mean, when you're a kid, you love Kramer, right? Hey, buddy! I'll take it. Please. Oh! It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good enough. Jerry is just annoyingly smug. It's funny because I agree, but I don't know. I like Jerry. I know there's going to be like a chorus of, yeah, you would. But I kind of feel like Jerry represents the, Kramer is the id. You know, he does whatever his cerebellum tells him. And then George is the ego, and Jerry is like the super ego that's just judgmental. I respect the super ego. You would. I get annoyed though sometimes, like there's too many clip shows in Seinfeld. I don't know if there's a ton of there might only be like 1 or 2 clip shows over the course of the entire series. I feel like every time I turn on a syndicated episode, it's always like, my baby took the morning train. I was in the pool. You had sex with the cleaning lady? Was that wrong? Vandalay! Vandalay! Vandalay Industries! Well, you got the wrong number, buddy. The air conditioner! Yeah, sorry. What are we to expect? There's some kind of magic loogie? I've seen the clip show so many times, it's like it's more quotable than the actual show. NL needs a compressor, please, my ears. You ever consider that maybe your eardrum needs stretching? Maybe it's not my voice that needs to be compressed. Maybe your eardrum needs to be elongated. It makes sense. Yeah, it's the, come on, just turn me down. I'm not like a Slint song. It's not like half the song I'm like, Don buttoned his pants. And then the other half I'm like, I miss you! It's like we're always at like a 7. Then we go to a 10 sometimes, but we don't go like 1 to 10. Can we get more Slint and My Bloody Valentine memes? Well, yeah, if they come out with some new music. I mean, come on. I was listening to music yesterday. That's rare for me. I was listening to, This Is a Long Drive for someone with nothing to think about by Modest Mouse, their 1996 album. I would say I've listened to half an album a night for the past week. That's why I gotta, like, I don't care. I think Anthony Fantano, the Sultan of music criticism, I think he gave Destroyer's Kaput a 9 when it came out. Don't get me wrong, that's a pretty good score. However, I think it's a 10 because it got me back into listening to music. So I've been listening to, I don't know, maybe like half an album a night while I set my videos. But that's not really fair either, because, like, The Lonesome Crowded West and This Is a Long Drive for Someone with Nothing to Think About, those albums are actually like 43 songs each. Not all of them are super long, but, I mean, especially like that early era Modest Mouse was like, they would finish all of their musical ideas up within like, you know, a verse and a chorus, and then they would just go on like an extended jam session. I'll take a Spirit Heart. I want to live. Oh, that's a good idea. What about a tier list of the years from 2001 to 2010. Okay, so like 2001, probably the worst. Trying to think. I mean, on a personal level, there were some big years for me in there. 02 was really good. I graduated from public school and, you know, started high school. That was a formative experience for me. 06, graduated high school, started college. 07, you know, it was probably the year in my life where I had the most fun. At least, you know, the kind of like university fun. I'll rant about it again. You can't stop. Rant about what? Yeah, I feel like 2008 probably sucked, like, if you worked. Oh, Pokemon, I see. Right. It probably sucked if you, like, worked. But if you were in school, like, and your family wasn't that affected by it, then the recession was, like, you know... It just, you know, it's not like you were, like, sick, recession. But you were, like, you know... Most important thing for me in 2008? Jeez, man, I don't know. The shutter shades were kind of going off. Everyone was wearing shutter shades. Those were the days. It was a fun time. Rock Band? Yeah, I think 2008 played a lot of Rock Band. That was a good time. Need this item room. Love the Rock Band. LOL, the recession was fine if you weren't there for it. What are you trying? I'm stealing, like, recession valor? Like, I was 19 years old. What am I supposed to do? I was drinking, like, 8 beers Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every time I open one out, this one's for Wall Street. You'll be back, King. Like, I was a kid. I didn't know what was going on. We didn't even have a TV. This is the only place you can get news back then. You'd have a TV, or you could go to Jezebel.com, or like PerezHilton.com, or TMZ. The Superficial, like... You can go to Pajiba. Newspapers? Yeah, we had a newspaper subscription. In my 7-person slum house in sophomore year of university. Hey, you guys see the Kingston Whig Standard this morning? That is true. Colleges do have a lot of newspapers around. Some places, it's weird. If you're like in a restaurant and there's a newspaper, like, or at a deli or something like that, you can take the newspaper. I mean, you should put it back, but apart from that newspaper, some places it's okay to take newspapers. Some places you gotta leave them or pay for them. Well, there's a bit there somewhere, isn't there? You think? Maybe not. And at some places, at the deli, they say it's okay. Some people don't even they take the business section, and they leave the rest of the paper. And then you go to pick up the paper and you say, oh boy, I can't wait to check on my stocks. And then there is no business section. It just goes local headlines, personal ads, sports, the end, back page. Where is report on business? Where? Can you imagine reading a newspaper? It's just a very funny concept to me. Yeah, hold on. I got a little piece of paper. I'm gonna like unfold it. Hey, you like that story you were reading on the front page? No problem. We put it in a logical place for you to continue. Page B6. Flip to page. You're having a good time reading that story, huh? Huh? Get you hard reading that story about local crime? Well, guess what? We hit that shit 17 pages in. Good luck, dummy. This is a fun room. You know what? I've decided F you is what I've decided. Oh my god. I've decided F you. Man, in Bitcoins? Oh, look at me. I'm a little big shot. Oh, sorry I'm late for work. I was reading the paper. I was reading the paper like a big boy. So stupid, man. Why aren't newspapers glossy? If it weren't for the fact that they have such crappy paper, I would be much more likely to read a newspaper. But the paper is just so crappy. Made out of aluminum foil. Because they're recycled? You can't recycle gloss? It's all paper. They're mixed materials. Dude, you know what freaking cheeses me off? I know I've said this before. If you don't recycle, that's stupid and you should recycle. However, that's not where I'm going with this bit, okay? What's way, way, way more annoying to me is every time I go into, like, our shared recycling room, there's always, like, some idiot who's thrown out 99% recyclable stuff, and then there's, like, one super crinkly Dorito bag in there. And I'm like, you literally just... I don't even know why. Maybe it was, like, out of... maybe you just didn't notice. Okay, fair enough. And it happens. But, like, what I'm... Because I assume the worst of people sometimes. What I instead assume is happening is that they're like, I'm being a good person, and I don't want to create garbage, so I'm just gonna put this garbage in the recycling. It kind of looks like paper, so I'll put it in the paper recycling. And I'm like, you're inhibiting the whole recycling operation. Sometimes, like, the garbage people come and they're like, oh, we can't take your organics bin because, like, somebody threw a shopping bag halfway down, and it's not our responsibility to, like, you know, fish out the shopping bag to take it to this, like, for-profit composter or something. And I'm like, well, tell me who did it. Run a DNA test on the bag, and we can start, you know, you start knocking some heads. Drives me freaking insane. Who? If the bag don't fit, you must acquit. That was just a lack of patience, I'll admit. My property management company took away our compost because people couldn't fathom what is and isn't compostable. It's nuts! You know, my building just put a notice up, and because it's, you know, HOA nonsense, they put it up in like 17 different locations because somebody was like clearly pissed off. You know what the note says? Please pick up your dog's shit. It doesn't say that in as many words. It's a little bit more polite. It's much more passive aggressive, which is like, you know, it would be nice if as a community we all took care of the pet messes that our pets created so that we can continue to have pets and maintain a safe and clean environment. I live, like, I mean, there's children in the building, but they're not going out at, like, midnight and walking their dogs, right? Like, people are literally just, like, dog poops, like, in the elevator or something like that. They're like, ah, whatever, someone else will get it. That we have someone for that. It's just madness. This is a tough choice. You know what? I'm going for it. I don't totally regret it, but I don't know if that's what we wanted. There's a lot of entitled people out there, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And the compost stuff is asinine. Like, no, again, it's one of those things where like 99% of people are totally fine, but like one dude occasionally never picking up his dog poop, you know, means like twice a year there's gonna be some dog poop in like an area where everyone's like, oh, it's not my dog poop. Yeah, it was one guy. on. You gotta go. We gotta kill the enemies, then you guys are just turrets. Safe. Forgot I was saying. Oh yeah, always in the compost room. Always in the compost room. There'll be like a plastic shopping bag from like London Drugs, which is just a big pharmacy here. And it'll be like full of eggshells and banana peels and stuff like that. And you're like, man, you were so close. Like, does it not cross your mind? Like when you came down here, you're like, what the heck? Why aren't there any other plastic bags in the compost? Like you almost had it. I hate this. Oh, okay, my mistake. Can you be killed? I don't think you can be killed. It's the bananas, right? You're not supposed to do the bananas? I hope you're joking. In case you're not joking, you can totally do the bananas. Had a resident who would throw out watermelon shells on the floor of the garbage room. That's just... I don't even know what to say about that. Like, they would take their watermelon down to the garbage room and then just be like, I'm out? Yeah, maybe it was Gallagher. You know what they mean by shells. Don't be pedantic. That's the kind of thing that'll bother you even more, because they took it like, they did 99.9% of the work and then just said, here you go. I didn't see a bin that said watermelon, so... Yeet. Oh, that's good stuff, man. You know what? I'm gonna be, like, Supreme Coward levels. We pickled those. They're good. I know that to some people, what you just said is gonna make them sound like they want to throw up, but don't let them get to you. Honestly, the idea of a pickled, like, watermelon husk, I bet it could be good if you, like, sliced up the rind. I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, kale is such an amazing vegetable. It's slightly different. But, like, there's really two parts to the kale. You know what I mean? There's the leaf, and then, you know, that's what you'd use for a salad or something like that. But then you can almost get, like, a stem, almost like a green onion consistency kind of stem where the leaf attaches to it. That part, it's delicious. What do you mean that part's crap? It's delicious. You guys are wrong, and shut up. One more scent and we can get the serpent's kiss. That'll work. That'll definitely work, dude. I don't get the kale hate. Me neither, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm kind of the opinion that what gets me is the people who are like, I like this leafy green, but I don't like another leafy green. For me, they're all within, like, plus or minus 1 point on the scale from one another. Kale, lettuce, arugula, Swiss chard, you know, romaine, iceberg, you know, all the lettuces. Spinach, you know... I mean, I'll be honest, I would rather have kale than spinach. I like spinach too. Sometimes spinach makes my teeth feel like a little strange. Not like in a bad way, but it adds like a certain grit to my dental experience. I don't know if that's commonplace. Cabbage? Dude, cabbage might actually be my favorite. Cabbage is amazing. Cabbage is like nature's potato chip. You can, like the best Japanese, well, it's not the best Japanese appetizer, but one of the best Japanese appetizers is like white cabbage shredded and then just sesame oil and salt. It's delicious. Some pickled cabbage, of course. Kimchi, sauerkraut. Cabbage is great. The only cabbage I don't really like is boiled cabbage. But even, like, I can get down with the little boiled cabbage from time to time. Honestly, like, if there's a vegetable that I have to say, like, what's the worst vegetable? I'll just be honest with you. I don't understand water chestnut. Like, it's like eating a room temperature ice cube. We could get Whore of Babylon here. Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it. Maybe it's because we'd have Judas's Shadow after that. Why not? Yeah, I don't really like sprouts either. I mean, there's two different kinds, and I like neither of them. I don't really like mung bean sprouts or soybean sprouts, and I frickin' hate alfalfa sprouts. Bamboo shoots? I kind of dig them, but it's not for everybody. I can understand why you'd be weirded out by a bamboo or a bamboo shoot. At least we're kind of past that period. Like, so I was a vegetarian for like a season in 2010. It was back in the era, at least most restaurants had one vegetarian entree, but every single vegetarian entree contained portobello mushrooms and sprouts. That's it. Like, those are without fail. Unless you went to like a specialized vegan or vegetarian restaurant, it was always like, instead of like a beef burger, it's like a portobello mushroom, and you seem like the healthy type because you're vegetarian to begin with. So we're gonna instead of putting like you know, onions on the burger, we're gonna put sprouts. And I'm like, it was a bad. It was better than probably like any other time in human history, I guess, to be a vegetarian, except for now. I feel like now it's even easier, but there was room to grow, let's put it that way. Yeah, I hate that like the vegetarian option also always has to be like the gluten-free and the like quote-unquote like lean option. Like, you know what I want? Sometimes I want like a fatty vegetarian meal. Give me like a fried paneer or something like that. I don't want to just have like a garden salad. I mean, sometimes if you're in the mood, don't get me wrong, but anyway. Go to Southeast Asia? No, just open it next door. I don't know what I did there. I think I hacked the system. Look, I'm willing to meet them halfway, okay? I will eat the cuisine if they open it within walking distance of me. I'm a flexible man. That is false in both the literal physical definition of the word and in the agreeability sense. Favorite piece of sushi? Now that's a good question. I mean, if you're getting like a, let's say you're getting like a sushi combo that isn't just like 2 rolls and, you know, like some gomai or something like that. I actually like the scallop piece. I mean, of course, yeah, Toro. But, come on. Let's get a little bit more divisive than just Toro. I really like the scallop piece. I like all the pieces. I really like the really fishy one. I'm not sure if it's mackerel, but I like a piece of sushi that tastes like fish oil. I like a delicate piece of sushi. I'm trying to think. The ones I don't like urchin at all. Like urchin, I don't enjoy. Maguro is trash. Okay, hold on. You know what? That's where I'm going to look up what that piece looks like. Images. Okay, so this is the piece that... no, you're wrong. That's one of the most delicious pieces. All of the dark red pieces of sushi are unbelievably good. Oh, and then the sushi, yeah, sometimes they'll get like the salmon. There's a few places in Vancouver do it. It's very like trendy here. It was started by a restaurant I think called Miku, and then it spread to like all over the city. But they'll make like a square or rectangular piece of like salmon sushi, and then they'll put like a little fat on top, probably like some kind of like mayonnaise-based dressing. Then they hit it with a blowtorch, and it goes like, and it kind of like bubbles up, and the fat oil like it makes the mouthfeel of the sushi that much better. It's real good. What's crazy is that like it used to be very rarely available, so you'd be like, we're gonna pay a lot extra, but it's gonna be worth it for that Aburi sushi. And now they do it at like even the value sushi places, so you don't even have to pay through the nose anymore. It's delicious. I don't know. So first off, thanks for watching. /Mark